Here to share more about the Lakeside Summer Series are two people who are both involved but in very different capacities. Tom Murray is the Patron Services Coordinator who lines up all the vendors and the ushers and the concessions. And here to talk about the Jazz Series is Dan Bindert, Station Manager at WDCB Radio. Welcome, Tom and Dan.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, Tom, let's start with you. Where do people park when they come?
There's a number of places you can park. You can pretty much park anywhere on campus, but the best places to park are going to be obviously outside in front of the MAC building, right off of Faywell Boulevard, and then also back behind the football field area. There's extra parking available if the front gets full.
Right.
And that's over on College.
And the parking is?
Free.
Free.
Of course, free, of course.
The best price ever.
Yep.
All right, so we get there, and there's lawn that people can bring a blanket.
You can bring a blanket, but you can't cordon off a giant area. It's
Right.
first come, first served basis. You
have to have your whole party
You have to have
there.
your whole party there. You know, hopefully everyone can show up at once.
Right.
You can't just reserve a giant plot of land and say this is ours. So, you know, come prepared, bring your whole party, and you'll be comfortable.
Now, I know you have amazing food there, so let's talk about some of the vendors you have.
Sure. We've got a number of vendors this year compared to last year and the year before. It keeps growing every year. So this year I'm most excited about Toasty Cheese.
Toasty cheese.
I know you like toasty cheese.
I like toasty cheese.
Yep, who doesn't? So they do gourmet grilled cheese sandwiches. You can get bacon, duck bacon, chicken,
nice.
roast beef. Like, they have so many different combinations of these sandwiches. So they're outstanding. They're marvelous.
And they'll be near the football field lot, correct?
There's going to be a little food vendor area right in 1A. That's the football field parking lot.
So you have toasty cheese.
We have Toasty Cheese. We're going to have Weber Grill. They're kind of
They're
a mainstay.
great mainstay, yeah.
They're going to be having your summertime favorites, you know, your hamburgers, cheeseburgers. They got a beer can chicken sandwich that's just
Really
out of this
good,
world.
yeah.
So they've got all your favorite barbecue, and they got the big giant, you know, charcoal Weber grills that they bring out, and you know. We also are going to have Heavenly Hot Dogs.
Oh,
They're a local favorite.
Yes, they
and
are.
We're good friends with Joe, so he has a hot dog push cart that he'll be, you know, carting around the pavilion
With real
area.
Chicago dogs.
Real Chicago dogs, ballpark Franks, so they're really, really good. We're also going to have I Have a Bean Coffee is going to be with us this year. They're going to have iced coffee blended drinks that they're going to be offering this year, so that's going to be really exciting. Next to their tent, right next to them, we're going to have Nothing Bundt Cakes.
Those little tiny bundt cakes.
The little tiny bundt cakes,
delicious.
I think they're outstanding. They're going to either have the little bundt cakes, and they might have the buntlets. We're also going to have this new dessert cart that's going to be pushed around the pavilion called the Crave Cart. And the Crave Cart has ice cream, gourmet ice cream desserts, you know, chocolate covered ice cream sandwiches, sundaes, different things. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
It'll be fun.
Good for the kids, good for you know, it's going to be.
And then there's also like popcorn, candy.
Popcorn, candy, all your movie concessions are going to be at the concessions area next to the beverage tent.
So let's talk about for the adults. What do you have
Sure.
for the adults?
So we're gonna have beer, of course. We're gonna have Miller Lite, High Life.
For those 21 and over.
21 and over, you have to have a wristband. You know, you'll be carded, ID'd, and everything. So we'll have Miller Lite, High Life, and I believe we're gonna have Leinenkugel. We're gonna start the season with Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy.
Nice. And wine.
We'll have wine. We're gonna have Vinago wine. It's a little portable wine. You peel back the aluminum foil, and you can bring it to your
And the little
picnic area.
plastic cups are, it's awesome.
Yep, it's a little portable cup.
What are you most looking forward to, Tom?
I'm always excited about the concerts. I'm a musician myself, so I
know
enjoy that.
Tom is a world-class drummer, if you don't know.
Thank you, Diana. Thank you. So, but no, I'm really excited actually about Back to the Future. That's one of my favorite all-time movies. You know, so I'm a huge Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd fan. So, yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
You know what I like about the movies is the kids and the families all come together, and I think that's one thing about this event is that it is a very family-friendly event on many levels, and you see different ages but the movies become really children-friendly, and sometimes they dress up for the movies, which I love.
Right. And we've got Zootopia. It's going to be great for the kids.
And The Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. And there's nothing better than sitting outside on a summertime night in the lawn, enjoying a movie. I mean, what's better than that? And having popcorn and your friends with you, it's just a great time.
So let's talk about jazz.
Sure, I'm always happy to talk about jazz.
I know you are. So what are you looking forward to? Tell us about your program and your lineup.
Well, we have 3 really great concerts, I think, lined up. The first one is going to be Guy King, who's a guitar player originally from Israel, moved to Chicago a long time ago to take part in the blues scene and became a regular member of a Chicago blues band for a long time. he now leads a band. It's almost like if you remember the old Ray Charles band, where he's got a horn section and 3 female backup singers that sing kind of like the Raylettes type of thing. So it is a real show. He's got a 12-piece band, Guy King's Little Big Band, and he's going to be doing tributes to Ray Charles and B.B. King. And Guy is a fantastic guitar player, great singer. So that's going to be a fantastic launch to the 3 WDCB concerts. The second is going to be the new Lionel Hampton Big Band, which Lionel Hampton, he had Chicago connections, grew up in Chicago way back in the 1920s, but he still played and performed up until the current millennium. He made it into the 2000s. Wow. He died in, I think, 2002, and he played until he was 94 years old. And Lionel Hampton's band still has members that have carried on. So it's not like a complete reach back without anybody there. It's some of the members of his original band and then some newer members of the band. But the front man who plays the vibraphone, which was Lionel Hampton's instrument, people think of it as a xylophone, but it's really vibraphone is what it's called, and is played by Jason Marsalis, who's the youngest of the Marsalis family. And kind of, for my money, the most interesting of the Marsalises. Yeah, it's really going to be a great show. So, so that's going to be great. And then we're going to close out with a concert that's going to help WDCB celebrate our 40th anniversary, which
Happy
is
anniversary.
This summer. Thank you. And so along with the Max anniversary and the College of DuPage anniversary, it's great to have these things all happening at the same time. And for the 40th anniversary for WDCB, we have trumpeter Orbert Davis, who's the leader of the Chicago Jazz Philharmonic, a very well-respected organization. He travels around the world playing, does a lot of interaction with musicians down in Cuba. He's been back and forth to Cuba a lot with playing with musicians there. And he's going to be doing a tribute to Dizzy Gillespie. This is the centennial year of Dizzy Gillespie, born in 1917.
I appreciate what you do, because when it comes to the summer lineup, we've decided that we're going to, do 3 jazz concerts, and I just say, here, Dan, you do these 3, because there's nobody better. I mean, you are the station manager of the biggest jazz station here in Chicago, and I can't thank you enough for your wisdom and what you bring to the table, and you really are curating, and I love that.
Well, we feel like it's such a privilege to get to do these 3 shows with you guys, because the Lakeside Pavilion, all the events, the movies, the concerts, everything that you guys do, it's just fantastic. We always get such great feedback, not only from the people who come to the shows and see them and love the experience. They love the free parking and all the food that you're talking about, Tom. And then they also love the whole way that it's such a top shelf production. The crew does such a fantastic job. The lighting is great. The sound is great. And it's just such a beautiful place to come see a free concert.
Where you
People
can
are amazed
see,
at
where
what
you
they
can see the concert, which is really exciting.
With world-class musicians.
Exactly.
It's such a step. It's like several steps above what people get when they see most free summer concerts. And so it's just
like a Ravinia experience.
It really is.
For cultural fans that follow WDCB, where else are you going to be in the Chicago area? Because I know you do a lot of events.
Sure, we're out. We're always out at a lot of events throughout the summer. The big festivals in Chicago we're involved with, the Chicago Jazz Festival that happens Labor Day weekend. We'll have WDCB radio hosts emceeing one of the big stages there, and then we'll be participating in that. We'll have concerts leading up to it. We're going to be involved in a partial live broadcast of the Chicago Jazz Festival too, so people who can't make it out to the event will be able to tune in and hear some of the big concerts each night live as they happen on WDCB. So we're excited about that, but we're also out at places like the Museum of Contemporary Art in Chicago. We sponsor a weekly series that runs all throughout the summer there. Jazz Up Glen Ellen, which came back last year in a big way. That festival was revitalized. Yes, that's July 15th, an all-day Saturday event.
So there is no reason for people not to connect with WDCB.
That's right.
You will be all over Chicago, but if they can't, where can they tune in?
90.9 on your FM dial or online at WDCB.org. We stream. A lot of people like to just listen now on their cell phones.
Thank you so much, you guys, for coming to share this information with us. Remember to join us on Thursdays and Fridays starting July 6th for these family-friendly, fun, and mostly important, free events. For more information, please visit atthemac.org. ticketmaster.org/Lakeside or call the box office at 630-942-4000. Buffalo Theater Ensemble, the professional theater company in residence at the MAC, is pleased to announce their new season. First up, beginning in September, is the Hitchcock thriller turned into fast-paced whodunit farce, The 39 Steps. Coming in February is Time Stands Still, a story about love in the face of war and the conflict that comes with balancing personal ambition and ordinary life. The final show of BTE's 17-18 season is Outside Mullingar. Set in the Irish countryside, this romantic comedy follows two middle-aged introverts on their lifelong journey to express their mutual feelings of love. The MAC's Professional Orchestra in Residence and the 2017 recipient of the Illinois Council of Orchestras Orchestra of the Year recognition is pleased to announce another exciting new season. Join the New Philharmonic Orchestra, directed by Kirk Muspratt, for 5 diverse but equally exciting concerts. Leading the lineup is the transformative masterpiece Mahler 5. This emotional powerhouse of a symphony will be performed by a giant orchestra featuring more than 70 musicians. Then join the New Philharmonic for a night on Broadway, featuring hits from music theater legends Rodgers and Hammerstein and Andrew Lloyd Webber. Kick off 2018 in style with the New Philharmonic's New Year's Eve concert, which will feature Viennese classics, movie favorites, and more. Then, the New Philharmonic will underscore an original production of Verdi's renowned opera La Traviata, a lavish story of dramatic love affair which inspired such films as Moulin Rouge and Pretty Woman. Closing out the season is a spectacular event created especially for the New Philharmonic patrons. For the first time in American history, Beethoven's 5 piano concertos will be performed together by critically acclaimed pianist Well Baruch in a concert called Beethoven's 5 Concertos, One Pianist.